Hello, everybody out there in Streamville. Appreciate those of you who wind up coming in. We got a couple quick minis to go through today. We're gonna
chat to multi-stream.
multi-stream. Good call, Joe. Okay. So now on the sites, I do have a streaming chat up. We'll be able to see it. Anyway, so we've got Fantasy Mini. I'm going to do a really quick, what do we call it, an underbrush, Joe?
Underpaint.
Underpaint.
You're doing it highlights.
So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing the highlights on all the stuff prior to applying color. So I'm going to take this black thing, which is another Ettin, and I'm going to turn it into something like this before applying color. And when I apply color, I'm going to apply color to this one, not this one. I'll let this one dry for a couple days. So I got both these two. These are from the Forgotten Project box, and as you can see, I've gone into a little bit of detail on the shading, so we'll see how this comes out. And Joe is working on, go ahead, Joe.
Primaris Captain, Ultramarines, trying out speed paints for the first time.
And as we learn and grow, exciting news on this end. We got an order in today. So I'm going to be tearing the studio down and rebuilding it, moving things around to make room for an airbrush and a spray booth so that we can bring you more methods that we use to paint. And we'll be able to stream it live and do all that fun stuff. Kind of looking forward to that as far as that goes. So this guy, when I went over and painted him, I missed a little bit of an area, and I'm seeing a little bit more now that we're starting, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and get my wet palette open and go right back to touching this guy up just a little bit. Just using my little 00 brush. I already had the paint ready. Got to get my binoculars on because my eyes are, not good for close up. That's why I have the other glasses on. And I'm just going to touch up these areas because I want them to really be able to show the shadow when I do the brushing. Trying to keep the paint thin but still get down in these last few cracks of the actual miniature. So, and honestly, this guy, he had been started. I did not strip anything off of him. I just reprimed him. I took a good close look at him, and the paint was thin enough. I didn't feel like it was necessary, and I'm just kind of making this to go in my own personal collection. So, I'm not too worried about that, but I do want to make sure to cover all the dark creases. So I'm going to take a few minutes and just do that. See if I can get a little better focus right here. I'll try to keep it in this range. I'm just looking for the color that was on there and making sure I get every little nook and cranny. I had already gone over it once, thought I'd gotten it pretty good, but apparently, of course, you start to stream and I find more. So this might not actually get dry brushed right now. I might have to wait. I can show you the basic steps of that at another time, and we'll just go for adding color to the one I've already got, going. So we were able to pick up another army to paint. We're working that out right now. And the customer that I did his Tyranid army found a whole bunch more. Well, not a whole bunch more, but a good number, 30 or so more models that we're going to jump right on and get knocked out. And we still have the other two armies, the Necros and the Ultramarines, Steve, or Ultramarines. Yes, I'm getting it. So we've got a lot of different Warhammer stuff coming up for the next month or so. I hope to eventually start doing a game review stream where we're going to find games that need the minis painted, paint the minis, talk about the rules of the game while we're painting the minis, and then we're gonna stream a game of it. So that's kind of why we're gonna do a studio rebuild and get things working a little bit better for us, so we can give you a little bit of diversity over here and not always just bore you with us learning how to be better at what we're doing. So. I don't even want to hear it, dude.
I said I think I'm about to. I love the way that looks.
I'm telling you, it is the coolest thing. I mean, this guy's got...
I mean, they've had contrast paints before. Citadel does contrast paints.
Yes. But the whole...
the price point per bottle is so much better than Citadel, though.
Yeah, that's that. And every review I have listened to has said either will work, but the Army painters are better. And so there's another shout out, a free shout out to Army Painter.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah,
I'm even ashamed to say it, bro.
No, I mean, I have dropped the money for both their mega kits.
I have their mega brush kit. I have 2 mega brush kits.
We're gonna redo our Twitch homepage and gonna throw on there a wish list of tools and that we need. And I do have some basic airbrushes so we can get started and practice and get better. However, the mega set will be on that list. So if anyone wants to throw a bone and help us out, the opportunities will be there. And I'm not even ashamed to beg. Guess I should be, huh?
No. I mean, you're not big at it.
I'm soliciting sponsorship is what I'm trying to do. I mean, after all, we already sponsored, Rockstar Pepsi and Army Painters.
We don't sponsor any of those guys.
Just because we drink them on Steam.
That's not us sponsoring. That's us being customers. Pretty damn good ones, too.
I think that falls under promoting.
I think we fall into a bad legal spot if we were promoting Rockstar without their permission.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's all I'm saying.
Well, you're supporting them when you buy it. It's more support than promoting. Let me clarify.
I don't think legally any of the companies see it that way. What I'm saying is quit plugging companies without their permission.
Just knock it off, Kenny.
I mean, that's why we got that stream removed on Facebook.
Oh, no. Because I had their music playing.
Yeah, because we're promoting music that they have the right to without their permission. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's the record companies, and they don't want you to play their music without paying for it. Even if you've already paid for it, you cannot play it. in the background while you're painting and streaming.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's the way the world is. Unfortunately.
I think I'm about there. Every time I think I'm about there, I find a little bit more.
That's how it goes, dude. That is so hard.
I think I'm to the point, though, that I don't need to worry about it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we're going to say this in front of the fan. If it will stand up, I'm going to have to glue that onto a base immediately. So let's find a base that size. Clean out the brush. Take off the binoculars for a minute. Mess my hair up. My mop.
I feel like I just got really good coverage out of a couple of drops of that too, dude.
It's amazing, isn't
I
it?
still have some on the palette, and I'm done with his legs. Moving on to his chest.
See, I'm gonna try and still.
Dude, like, look how good that fucking looks. Oops, sorry. Pardon my French.
He's working on his German. We'll get to that later. Oh yeah, beautiful. I'm telling you, it's changing our world, dude. So I got this little here orc guy. I could throw a coat of dry brush on.
An orc? Got yourself an orc?
I think that's what this is. I think I'm gonna have to adjust my camera up because I want to try to figure out where I put this thing right in front of my face and see if I can get this guy to lock in, which I kind of figured I could. So let's make the camera see what I'm working on now, and you get to see my background and paints and pots and water pots. Let's be clear there. And let's adjust the lighting a little bit. All right. Let's throw a little bit of dry brush on this guy.
Switched blue. Hit his face.
Number 5 sit a little dry. It was clean. Hasn't been soaked or anything like it needs to be. Hasn't been properly cleaned. Let's recycle some of these tissues and get them used up. Waste not, want not. And let's see if this paint's going to be any good to do a dry brush. Maybe if I try a drop of water, Joe, what do you think? Or should I do a drop of medium to try to bring this paint back to life?
I don't know, water works too. Water thins it out though, and the medium won't.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing a dry brush too, though. Let's start with one drop of medium and just go from there. So I'm using again the Speed Paint medium, but where's the big bottle? We've got the Liquitex. We use that as well. So. Not necessarily this one, but we've got some matte we use to refill these. So what I'm going to do is just put one drop. First I'm going to mix it up since it comes with mixing balls. Probably a little heavy, but so I'm going to go ahead and get 2 drops. Let's see if we can save this, and if not, then we'll put a new couple drops down and just move forward, and we'll know not to try that again. I just need to get it thin enough to be a dry brush, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And I think that worked, Joe. If I can clean off the brush some without losing all that I've got gooped on the brush. So that's what you don't want to do, is use your brush and get paint up all up in the, because that gets the paint up into the bristles up inside, and it's really difficult to get out, and you get too much of that crap going on. And Mr. Joseph there turned me on to the 2-pot deal here, so the 2 water pots allows you to get most of the paint off, and then I can go in and kind of work the spurs inside the pot in clean water or cleaner water and really get as much paint off them initially as possible. And then every now and then they'll get soaked and reconditioned and try to be brought back. This one is to that point. It's been a week or so since it's been reconditioned. And then go back in here again. Alright, cleaning up as well as I could. Now we're going to go ahead and start applying some of this reconditioned paint onto the model. I am using the Citadel dry brushes on this particular model. Why, I don't know. I do like the Army Painter really nice brushes for doing faces and whatnot, but this is just going to be a a tabletop mini again for my own collection. So I'm not going to stress it too bad. And I'm just going to go through and nice small strokes top to bottom. And yes, I am doing a gray first because this will kind of give some of the darker regions a shadow. Then the black will go even further into shadow. So I'm just going to apply this fairly lightly. And you'll slowly see it, hopefully, starting to come to life and the details of it to come out. So when you're dry brushing, you get paint on your brush, and then you want to wipe almost all of it off. I always use the back of my hand. My hand will wind up being white and gray by the end of the night, just to make sure I'm not going to go in too heavy right from the get-go. I'm going to go ahead and take the time to underpaint the base that I can paint, and then I'll just tuft and actually flock the little edges. I don't have to do the whole base because it's got part of it glued on. Like I said, this is just for my own collection. I'm not making it for a customer, so I'm just going for a good, decent tabletop rating. So when I pull it out for a DM, that people go, oh, that's cool. I mean, that's, doesn't have to be perfect, just almost, right, Joe?
Just about perfect, right?
Yeah, I can't help it. Just use your fine Army painter, your small Army painter dry brush. Goes on really smooth and they turn out really good. I'll be able to show you on this one in a minute because that was what I did that whole mini with. I took some time on the underpaint on that one, and I think it's going to qualify, like I was saying, for easily tier 2 pricing. So we've been working this week on getting a stable pricing that is very, very competitive and affordable to get you into a fully painted, shaded miniature. Fantasy miniatures start out between $20 and $30 painted, and can go as high as you want depending on you know, what quality you want. You know, tier 2 is going to be around $35, and I would have to say you're going to probably add $10 to $15 for each tier thereafter. It all depends on you know, how much time you want spent on the model or miniature, and what kind of effects you want us to go for. But pretty soon, once we're proficient a little bit better with this underpainting, because I know I have some more work to learn on it, and the airbrush is totally new to me, so we've got some learning to do. Fortunately, this old dog can learn new tricks, so we're going to learn how to do all that stuff. Where I suffer is with technology and computers. If I didn't have Joe, I'd be stuck. He hates it too. I promise I'm going to work on it. That's all I can tell you. So I pretty much got it based now. I'm just kind of going over and making sure I got an even coverage on the areas, that it doesn't really like pop any one thing bigger than any other thing. And I will be done with that. And that's all there is to the first coat of dry brushing on this particular miniature. Like I said, this is my quick dry brush, where I'm not going to go in and, well, I might go in and do a little bit of highlighting on this, a little bit of edging, because I just think it'll make it look so much cooler. So we'll see. Heck, I'm having a good time. Maybe I'll just get both these done tonight, you know? Damn.
Do it. The only thing stopping you.
All I need is one person to be viewing, and somebody's here. They just haven't said hello, so that's cool. So we're gonna paint these tonight, and then Joseph and I have a boatload of building to do. And so I want to get a bunch built so one of us can be painting while the other of us is building, if we're going to be streaming the builds. So, and with the airbrush stuff coming in, I don't think we're going to really tear the shop apart this weekend, because I'm also waiting for another camera mount to come in. Just to give you a better view of the painting areas. So we're just trying to, you know, improve everything. Okay, so now I'm going to go back, and there's not enough of the matte white that I want to use to prime or undercoat, underpaint this thing. Underdork. Appreciate you coming in, whoever's viewing. Thank you so much. Yeah, we like to stream as much of the painting of our customer stuff that we can. Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you very much for lurking.
Who is it?
Shade Too Real. Lurk all you want. I ramble because I just think it's boring not to just to sit here and paint. So, the scary thing is, I ramble when I'm by myself. Please don't report me to the authorities. It's really hard to get out of those straitjackets. I've done it, but I don't like to have to do it. But Joe knows there's a method to my madness, so it's all good. I'll let you know if anyone says anything, Joe. I mean, as soon as I noticed it, I spoke up. Yo. Yo. Yo, dog, you. Oh, wait a minute, that's me, huh? Damn. I thought we were going to play more mellow music today, Joe.
It's just a alternative rock playlist. It is more mellow.
So I'm going to start up here on the face and the head. I did not worry about going through and scraping edges on this because once again, it's just my own personal D&D game collection. I'd be working on some gnolls because I have a gnoll battle coming up in the campaign I'm running, but I don't quite have those fully ready, and I'd like to paint them all at once. I've got 20 of them, but they still have to be built and put together. So that'll be on one of the fantasy days. So until we get a lot of these armies done and caught up on, we'll mostly be bringing Warhammer paints. I'm going to have to throw a fantasy day in, but we have enough armies to be able to mix it up enough that we're going to have a blast for the next month. I know Joe's excited because he's been waiting on Space Marines. He's so tired of Tyranids. And we do have more Tyranids. One of our, great customers, as all of them are, came upon a few more unbuilt Tyranids that he had, so we're going to be throwing them together, or I am for sure.
I don't want to touch another termagant.
Yeah, he's Joe's. He's Tyranid burnt.
As is the Imperium of Man, my friend.
That's okay. I'm gonna let him handle the Space Marines. I'm gonna hopefully get to do the Necrons. But I'm gonna also be doing a lot of work on the airbrush because I want that scenery. I'm actually shooting for a tier 3 look. We only charged him, I think, for tier 2, but I want to go the extra mile on that stuff. So, because Joe and I have decided that we're going to get our kill teams painted. I'm going to work up eventually to having an entire army, and we're going to start having a kill team night in our studio. And I want to, that's part of the rebuilding of the studio, is getting set up to be able to stream that. So, and that'll be, something that I think will be kind of fun to watch. I don't know what y'all think. You're welcome to tune in or not, because I can't make you stay. See, I'm not Putin, Joe. I sometimes I am pooping, but I'm not Putin. It's not healthy to suppress natural body functions. At least that's what Chong told me. And I think if you call Mr. Tommy Chong, he'll tell you.
Sure he would.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the history on those guys is great because Cheech Marin always took it serious and didn't, really ever smoke up on set. I'm not saying he didn't smoke because that would be just be nuts to believe that he actually didn't. But anyway, he took his job more seriously than Chong did. Chong was always partying up and hiring the cat on set. But Cheech Marin didn't. So it was just kind of an interesting fact that I watched. So I'm not going to the fine brush, but I am making sure to hit the belt really good and making sure to go over the ruffles on the edges very well so they'll pop. I'm not wanting the armor to outshine everything else, so but I'm also going to make sure that I get a nice fine edge on this hair. I think it's looking pretty good as far as that goes. So now if I were going to go in and make this any better, I'd go in and highlight parts of the legs and arms and really make these muscles pop. But, you know, short of trying to get a little bit finer dry brush on them, and I'm not sure I want to do this, they're pretty much where they're going to be unless I want to go with a smaller brush. But that's the thing, if you go through and do some fine-tuned edging on your underpaint, you can really get these things to come alive. So, for instance, one thing that I excuse me, that I definitely want to do is I'm going to grab a crazy small paintbrush, not too crazy, well, maybe crazy, we'll see how small, and I'm going to get a little white dot on the eyes so that the eyes turn out really bright and you'll be able to see them good. I still struggle with eyes, so I try to do something to make them stand out and look good, because eyes are hard, man. Faces are hard. Well, I mean, I can do the face if you want me to spend 100 hours doing it, but to do one really fast and have it immaculate is it's something that needs to be learned, and I'm still working on it. So that's about all I have to say about that. All right, so I want something small. Very small. I think this one's going to be too small. It's got one little hair that's sticking out from the top that will screw it up. Let's see if I can do it with this. All right. Try not to hold my breath while I do this, but these little small parts.
Difficult, dude.
It's difficult not to hold your breath.
I'll be forgetting to breathe for like 80 seconds.
Yeah, sometimes I only remember when I'm about to pass out. I'm going to get his teeth really good. And you know what? I'm going to edge him. I got started and now I want him to look better, so. We're going to get a little more edging going on here than I had anticipated.
I think you want to do the edging after you paint. With the highlight shade of that color. Because that's what will really make it pop. got so many scrolls on them, dude. They have so many purity seals.
Alright, I have about got this guy as washed or as underbrushed as I want to get him. There's one thing I want to try and fix though. I got carried away with the eyeball. I should have done it. Alright. That's a basic, quick, dry brush. I think this is really gonna, kind of pop. I want to make the front muscles, I'm going to make that arm just a little bit brighter because right through here to match the back. And then we're going to move on. Why do I always do that, Joe?
I don't know.
Pain to the beat of the music.
It's just in your nature, dude. You're a dancer.
another one ready for the color. So let's put him over here. I'm going to try to work on all but the base of this. I'm going to do that very last because I need to balance it out, it looks like, anyway. Try some Crusader skin on the skin built areas. Now, you don't want to use speed paints on your wet palette. They will bleed through. I'm doing it anyway. These are speed paints. They haven't bled through yet. Joe has put 2 papers down so it can't soak through. Hopefully, we'll see how that works. But anyway, that's what's recommended. So thought I'd pass that along. Alright, so this is Games Workshop Citadel Small. It says dry brush. I'm using this to apply my speed paint colors. So I'm going to go to a bigger brush. Already I decided I want to be able to apply more than what it's allowing me to at once. I'm going to go to a number 2 wide bristle, and that should allow me to absorb more of the paint at once and cover a bit more area. I'm still going to try to stay within inside the lines. That's kind of important, or at least, you know, if I'm not, I'm going to try to not color or cover areas that are going to be lighter than the area I'm painting. Now, the beautiful thing about this underpaint too is if you do happen to go outside the lines, we can very delicately fix the area by just going back over it with white.
I wanted a tinier drop. My bad.
It happens, man. Excuse me. More like a Zettanol highlight brush style. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kind of try to watch that and watch the details come out, and even the color, you know, I do start with a healthy amount, but I spread it, get the shades where I want. I'm already planning on a second coat on the skin. I actually may go with more of a sandy color too than this flesh color, but then again, if I darken up this flesh color, it might be just fine. Or I could add a little darkness or a little lightness into this flesh color. It's all kind of experimental. We're still in the experimental stage there. You know, we're definitely not amateurs, but we got learning to do. You know, you always do. At least that's how I feel.
I've already learned everything.
Yeah, Joe
Much
knows.
like the Adeptus Mechanis believe,
Yeah.
you don't want to invent new things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
already out there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's the machine cults, the machine god, and the Omnissiah.
Although now that I kind of am already hitting this with a little bit of a second coat before I move on to the legs, I'm liking it a little bit more. So maybe I just need to even give it a third coat on this to get the color, the fleshy color that I'm after. more of a darker brown fleshy color. Yeah, we know about losing detail. We actually have a stripper when we do start to get to that point. We give up, let it dry, strip the paint off. So we've got to order in the sealant stripper because you can strip just the sealant off. And that's my biggest terror because I've ruined so many models trying to do a matte finish and just having the wrong distance or the wrong kind of matte, and it destroyed the work. I'm going to let the body set up in the back, and I'm going to move the legs for a bit. Yeah, I've been a little heavy with this already. Yeah, he just brushes varnish on instead of using spray. We're trying all different kinds of techniques. We're doing it both ways, always. You know, I already got these skulls. I'm gonna have to go back over and get them with some white, but I'm not gonna stress it. You know. We're still going to wind up with the look and effect that I was going for. Trying to give it a nice thick coat. We need to see if we can make that chat chime when someone posts it to chat. Yeah, he's looking good. Looking real good, man.
Like a water buffer. Or you have to use the medium to thin these out onto the oil base.
The thin one out. You can do it either way.
What do you think is
Thin it out makes it more like a wash, very thin. Medium will make it more in between. Get it yourself.
Why? Still handed it to me.
That medium stuff is funky, dude.
What is that?
It's just like a gel.
So I got the first okay coat of the skin tone on him. I'm probably going to go over it again. I'd have to say most definitely. Hey, Cabadab, thanks for coming and saying hello, Bob. Appreciate you. Alright, this says red, slaughter red. I thought I'd make one of them a redhead. So we're going to try that, see what happens. Nope, just trying to stay within the lines. Only get it on the hair. There's obviously some things I'm going to have to go back and get. I missed his ear. So we'll go back and get the other color on that. I like the way this red went on. The thickness is very decent. It's showing the shadows good. It's probably going to be a one coat. Maybe two. Only if those two are in the same pass. So in other words, when I dip out of the red, I'm dipping out of the red. At least for this guy's hair. Yeah, I may come back and do the bottom parts of these birds again, because see how I got this color on them and I did not fix it? I'm going to fix it on the next set of hair before I go with orange on the next guy. So let's change brushes, go back to this little dude. Let's just get a touch of white on here. Okay, so I went ahead and I fixed the red beard too. I'm gonna take care of all of it. eyelids are getting heavier.
Physically, like your eyeball eyelids.
Physically, you're gaining weight. Hey, Haley, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Yeah, this is that Ettin that's been sitting on my desk. He used to have green skin, so we're just seeing what we can do with him. One of the never finished projects. Well, that's what I'm working on. Joe is actually working on a piece for who? For Steve Aruno's army. Is it Ultra Space Marine Captain, right?
Ultramarines.
Ultramarine.
Ultramarines Primaris Caption.
Yeah, it is a good time for unfinished projects at the end of the year. Actually, I have a full box of them. So they're going to just keep coming out. But, you know, we're having fun. So no complaints so far. At least I don't have any
What?
complaints. What we're doing.
I do not have
So this is my third coat on the skin areas, and this time I'm mainly concentrating on the highlighted areas just to get the color a little darker. The shadows are already good and dark. It's gonna make his skin look a little bit more vibrant. Almost got him to a point I could switch over to the orange hair. Just wanted to go back over this flesh. Why? Use up the last of it on my palette. Get it good and dark in here. I appreciate you guys coming in though, you and Calv, man. It's nice to see a few viewers up there. Even if you don't hang out very long, it's very nice to hear from you. Thank you. And I hope anyone that is here will, you know, say hello if you haven't already. Might have to change my name to Sir Babs a lot, because I like to babble while I paint. Alright, I'm liking him thus far. I still have a few things I'm going to need to touch up on the white before I move on to doing the hair braids, but everything else is looking very good at the moment. And we still have Alexa, what's my notification? Oh, I forgot I changed her name. Ziggy, what's my notification?
No new notifications.
Oh, well, really? That's why you were flashing yellow, you dummy? The notification it was going to tell me about was the paint booth is here. All the equipments for airbrushing are here now. We just got to reorganize the studio here for streaming. And I can't do that like right now because I got a couple of camera mounts coming in so that we can stream board games and Warhammer games off the big table. Joe and I are planning on starting to play that here very shortly. Alright. So I haven't gone over the face yet, so I am going to need to put down another drop of wherever it went. Crusader skin. Just to make sure I get the face good and dark to match the rest of the skin. I am literally putting one drop and see if I can do it with that. And then we're going to get some orange fire giant, or fire giant orange. Now I'm glad I decided to go back over the skin and make it darker because I realized I did neither one's eyebrows. Okay. Okay. Let's do some orange hires. Orange hires! Whoop, whoop, Orange hairs. Whoop whoop. What do you think, Joe? Is that a whoop whoop?
Orange hires?
Hair.
Hair.
Hairs. Hairs. Yes, orange hairs.
Yeah, orange hairs type.
Well, we got one redhead. We'll make his other head a orange. Okay, I just put a little bit down because we don't have a lot of hair to worry about. But way too much of the red down.
There's a lot of gold on this mini. Oh. There's not actually a lot, but it's like tiny places of gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you, Holmes. It's one of those, as soon as you feel like you're done, you find another spot, right?
It's adjacent to that.
Boy, George, shut up. You talk too much.
Did you say Boy George?
No, I said boy Joe.
This isn't an Adam Sandler movie, dude.
And that's, you know, I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, effing put it on. Whoop, whoop. Ready, whoop, whoop. All right. Let's eat some paint first. Just keeping the brush at a fine point. And now I am going to try to fix some of this white that I messed up. Get a little white to hold the eyebrow paint. I have to go back and fix those. And then I muffed up a lot of these, which will be hopefully resemblance of a little bit of goldish. Or a brightest yellow when that time I'm done. Alrighty. So I got those fixed up, I think. I am going to go back to the red and orange and do the eyebrows real quick. Now, normally on these speed paints, you know, you want to take time in between coats and colors, especially if you're just getting started. I think I just did the orange eyes, or the red eyes orange. That's funny. I dipped it in red, but then I went to do some more and I accidentally dipped it in orange, so it kind of made the red change colors on me, which is okay. I noticed it in time to jump back over to the orange and do the orange Ettin, but now I'm just going to kind of just do a little bit darker red here on these eyebrows. I like that. Is that makes their hair very vibrant and shiny. As far as that goes. Time we got, Joe? 8 o'clock?
Is it 8?
Yeah, but we got about a half hour left. And then I'm sorry, folks, but the Jazz game. Oh, the Jazz is already on. Do you have a bone color over there in the speed wash?
Yeah, palette bone.
I guess we're staying until these projects are pretty much wrapped up, though, right?
On stream? I don't know. I'm easy. I do not mind. I'm doing what I need to be doing right now. I do gotta roll out no later than 10.
Then 10. That works.
I'll probably leave it before that. Probably in the next hour, but it also kind of depends. I'm enjoying this quite a bit.
Well, being as we're recording this, we'll keep it going as long as we can, eh? Yeah, I'll probably keep going until this is done. I think I'm within an hour, if that long. Depends on how picky I decide to keep being, you know?
Yep. I do know.
I'm not wearing my white pants. That was the paintbrush in the lap.
Not my white pants.
smacked my lens.
Don't do that.
That's why I put the protector on. Effed you up setting up the cameras. Sorry about that. I really hit. Sorry about that.
Why are you saying
Because I didn't even realize what you were doing, so I couldn't say anything.
that? But that's not your fault, so where are you fault?
Because it is my fault I put the lens cap on.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything wrong, so there's no fault with you. You know what I'm saying?
My action of putting the cap on caused you grief, and that is the only thing I'm sorry about.
Didn't promise me everything. It's temporary.
What about a darker brown?
Hard leather right there, man. This is what it looks like with a couple of coats. on the
Yeah, I
belt.
just have a little bit on the belt to do.
Get that palate bone.
You need it? Sorry. I haven't gotten to it yet.
for a second.
I only say it laugh because I resemble that remark. Alright, now may I borrow that boner? Why?
Right there in the middle.
Thanks. Already mixed?
Should be.
Alright, so I'm going to use this color first. Light color over the skelly heads. Just going to get a very thin coat on and make sure it's the color I want it to be. And after I verify that, I'm going to go over it again, I think. Let it really kind of fill in. I'm also going to give them the same bonish color for the teeth, but I'm only going to do one coat on the teeth. And I'm almost there with this guy. A few more things to go. Call that good. So now I've got the brown for the belt, for the remainder of the belt. It's been underpainted with just a light gray and then a nice white highlight. I'm also going to use this same color. Where did I just put it? Over here, I hope. On the wood on the clubs. We'll get this same brownish type going for it. And I think on this belt, I just need to do one good coat, let it dry. We'll see how it looks. I'm hoping that it'll hold its color and be different enough that we're okay. Alright, that about gives me a finished midsection. Alright, so now let's get the clubs. So on this club I used over the gray I did a tan dry brush to kind of give it a little bit more of a brownish finish. Worked out good because the woods came out different colors on each club. Kind of like it. So now I'm going to try to find some gray. Do you have a lighter gray over there, homie?
That's gray. It looks like that in the center part of the shield.
I just want to make this stone on his weapon, and then all I have to do is the bands on his feet and around the weapon, and I got him. Holy white is gray.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, oh, my camera got booped. Sorry, guys. So, here's what we got. Holy white. And this is what color it goes on as.
I think I'm gonna call it on this mini today.
I went in the brown. I hate when I do that. Got it. I found it fast enough though. Alright, now let's try the stone color.
People saying something?
Oh, Haley's just said it looks awesome. It's coming together. Hetty's still viewing. It looks like she's the only one still here. Appreciate you, Haley.
I think that's because I signed it on my phone.
Oh, you signed on your phone? That might have been a while ago. I don't know what time. It doesn't say what time. But we've had 3 people come in and make comments, so that's cool. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate anybody that'll spend their afternoon with me while I'm sitting here babbling.
It's too bright, it's washing out all the lights.
What's that?
It's just like hyper exposing the whites. It's hard to see.
Yeah, the cameras do not do us justice, Holmes. Colt wanted the gray. I don't know what color I have down here, but I'm going to use it. It's either a purple or a blue. What do you think?
Where?
Bands. The straps, the wraps. I'm just trying to use what's already on my palette. Just fixing the bottom of this wrap because I got the skin tone on it.
Yeah, those speed paints do look quite good though.
What do you think, Joe? All I got left are the bands.
Take a look at the menu. I just haven't gotten to see your shit. That's all. The hair looks dope, eh?
It looks really good, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's going to be bottom tier too. With the amount of time I put in the underbrushing, you know, and it'll get better as we go. I think if we sell this, but this is just for me, you know. And honestly, I would have gone through and gotten all these edges scraped down. So, and I'm not quite done. I got to get a little bit more equal coverage on the flesh. And I got to do the wraps, but I kind of want the wraps to pop, so I'm thinking like a bluer. What is it? Is this actually, is this purple? I think it is.
Is that pallid bone? That's what I used for the cloth on him on the front.
Oh, that's not good regardless. What did you use?
Pallid bone. Gives it like a beige.
I did all the skeletal heads in that. I want it to be different.
Just give it multiple coats.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Throwing some ideas out there.
Where I put the skeletal bones? Right there, I believe.
Pallid bone.
Pallid bone. Excuse me.
Just saying. You're gonna say skeletal bone, and I'm gonna hand you the paint skeletal bone. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to do multiple coats of this, so I'm just going to try to get it on nice and even. With as much as I got on the first one, I should be able to knock out the second one as well. And you simply do that by pulling the paint off of the one side, putting it on the other side, and once you run out of paint, go back, pull some more paint off the side you have too much on, and apply it to the side you don't have enough on. You're able to balance it out easy enough. Alright, so we're on the tail end of this. We're about ready to wrap up, aren't you, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm just doing some fine touch-ups on the skin to try and make it match a little bit better. And then I've got one or two more coats on that. Now, that's one area of the skin I just can't get it to stick on. Let it set up for this. Where I keep touching it, that's why. Alright, so let's go back to that bone and do another good coat of that. Actually, if I was going to make this a tier 2, I'd still do a multiple color dry brush on it. I'm not worried about that. Again, because this is for my own use and not for a customer. If it was for a customer, I would go all the way. But honestly, I'm thinking this is looking pretty doggone good. Oh my goodness, I just had a great idea too. Alright, so let's let those set up. I want to do one more coat on the gray rock on the top of this thing. It's got a little bit of red showing through, but that's okay because that's just where he bloodied somebody, and you know, he's not going to worry about cleaning off the blood. Anywhere his tongue can't reach anyway. I don't recall Ettins as being that intelligent.
I think one of the heads is intelligent and one is done with lots of rocks.
Yeah, this time I'm going to put it on thicker, a little bit uneven, and let it hopefully dry like a stone. A little bit more stone look. Okay, so I'm going to call that weapon there good. The club is good. I want to do one more thing to the bands. And then I've got an idea on the eyeballs that I think is going to be fantastical. This is what I'm talking about, you know, experimenting and messing around like, you know, we're doing right now with this stuff. With the different base painting procedures and the dry brush procedures as well. Just the whole operation. We're always going to be expanding, learning, and, you know, trying to pull together a little bit better product. Alright, so I wanted those bands to be a little bit different color. So I went ahead and did 2 coats of the bone, and then I did 1 light coat of brown just to give it a little bit different shade than the actual skulls on his belt. And I don't know. There's stuff I like about it and stuff I don't. But this miniature has almost hit, maximum effort for one day. So I'm about ready to wrap it up. I have not done the base or anything. I want to do something to make the toes and fingernails stand out. So I'm going to go back over with just some basic pastel or acrylics and touch up a couple things that I don't need to speed wash. So all I've got to do now is do some a little bit of dry brush on it, and then I will do some fine edging to make it the tier 2 level I want, and I will get it posted as soon as it's done. But I think at this point it's time to take a break, watch some jazz, and I want to get to building. So, and rebuilding the studio here. So we probably won't throw a stream up until late next week, but we will be back. And I appreciate everyone that's come in today and watched and hung out. And thank you for joining us on our journey. And I say that because, every day is a journey to be better. At least that's how I look at it. So, you got anything to say, Joe?
Peace out.
Joe just has peace out to say. He is a man of few words. In case you didn't notice. That's okay. I'll babble at you all damn day long if you let me. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Hey, Aspire! Appreciate you stopping by. So what do you think, man? A little bit of a change from the last one, huh? I think he turned out okay. I'm still nitpicking him, trying to get the skin tone to match everywhere, but I think he turned out pretty good. This is, in all honesty, my first attempt at a serious undercoat. So, I think it's getting a little bit better each time. We'll see what happens. At any rate, I will post the finished product when I get it done, as well as Joe's, and we'll be working on our 4 Warhammer armies that we've got going right now. Plus scenery, so we got a lot of projects coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you'll come back and join us. Thank you again for viewing and chatting. Peace out. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.